Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of the WADcast, the Writers, Actors, Directors podcast. I am one of your hosts, Josh, and joined with me, as always, it is none other than Academy Award ignorer, Braden.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome back to the show. We had a great show last week. We had Matt McCarthy on the show. It was awesome being able to pick his brains. And now my camera's working, which is even better.
Only a week late.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, of course, after we had this amazing show, this high moment in my last 10 years of speaking to someone who I am an absolute fan of, we experienced the Oscars yet again, because the Oscars is always, Oscars just going to always be the Oscars, I guess.
Oscars get an Oscar.
Yeah, Oscars get an Oscar. Biggest, oh God, I don't know how, but it's the biggest dumpster fire of any Oscars I've seen in a long time. I don't know. It was bad. And I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just kind of caught key points of it. And then I turned it off towards the end, which apparently is when the whole slap her around the world happened.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, not really my kind of thing. So
No.
Nope.
Well, at this point, then I will say, we're not going to go into it right yet, but
okay, good.
I do want to say thank you to Will Smith, because without his quick thinking, I would have had to once again ignore the Oscars on this show for the reasons Brandon stated before. And now we finally have a reason to talk about him. So thank you.
Yeah, but there's more things to talk about than just the Oscars. I mean, I'm sorry, just that slap.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? Since we're going to be talking about the Oscars here, and I care so very little. Of course, we have to discuss the Oscars. We did it last year too, and we discussed the Emmys. After all, the name of the show is the WADcast, the Writers, Actors, Directors podcast. Mm-hmm. So, of course, when these, God, I don't know, the word I want to use to describe it, but these intolerable award ceremonies, whenever they come on, we're going to be discussing them. So I'm just going to prepare myself the right way, because honestly, Daddy's going to need some liquid courage to get through this. Here we go. Little Jack. Second. Little Coke. Okay, let's go. What's up first tonight?
Well, the first thing I thought we would talk about, because you know what the major topic is going to be. It's been touched on already. We're not going to go there just yet. But were you aware that at the Academy Awards, they give away awards?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's this weird thing.
Nope. You don't do that at award shows. Nope. Mm-mm.
It's not. It's definitely not all, gift bags and Jerry Springer. No.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Mark about this, because if they hand out Emmys at the Emmy Awards, I'm going to be so baffled, man. I've got to reach out to Mark. Be like, hey, Mark. How did you get your Emmy? Was it mailed to you?
I didn't mention this before,
right?
It's so unheard of. Anyway, enough of that. So the actual awards portion of the show was not what I would say, it wasn't bad. I can't think of any really. I hate to say it, but I can't think of any egregious, winners where it's like, what, that didn't have any business, blah blah blah. Well,
Yeah.
I'll get to one of them in a second, but essentially, the awards broke down like this: if it was a technical award, yeah, chances are it went to Dune. They won a bunch of them. Best sound, best film editing, best cinematography, best visual effects. Let's see, best production design, best original score. Hans Zimmer taking the golden statue for his music. And if you recall, we did a whole episode about composers and scoring movies. Remember that one?
Yes.
So I imagine at some point, some of these other categories, I would actually like to, get a little more in depth with, especially when it comes to visual effects and cinematography. But Dune took away all of those. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think no, I don't think the director was nominated at all.
Shit. I don't think so.
Which is,
Sorry.
it's a little unusual.
I don't think he was. Sorry, I'm not used to having a leash on me here with this headphone cord. There we go. Sorry, I'm just lounging here.
No, that's
it is our second. It is going to be my second to last show in this room. So that's why you see the nice little futon here, my pillows on this uncomfortable IKEA futon with the tapestry from Bad Agent behind me.
Looks like Ron Jeremy's about to walk in any second.
No, not Ron Jeremy. It was yeah. I'm not going to finish that joke.
Am I dating myself here with the Ron Jeremy reference?
No. I thought it was hysterical.
Well, you're
but
just
no.
as old as I am.
I was going to say it was going to be like one of the casting couch guys. I just couldn't remember his name.
They have names?
Apparently, yeah. Oh. But no, before we get to Chris Rock's raillery of all the stuff that happened with, like, his joke with G.I. Jane and a lot of crap, there are so many things about this. Now, I don't really care about who won what. Power of the Dog, I don't see how that won a damn thing. Yes, it has beautiful cinematography, but I have mentioned before. Oh, no, I know. The movie sucked. The movie was so bad.
It won Best Director, and literally nothing else. That's the one category where I'm like,
well, I guess, okay, fine, get Best Director because the director sat through that heap of shit and directed a beautifully shot film with mediocre acting from some very talented acting aside of Kirsten Dunst. Because Kirsten Dunst, again, is just going to Kirsten Dunst, whatever Kirsten Dunst is in. She's going to Dunst it up. But it was so bad. And there were so many other things that could have gotten so much better directing in my mind. And not to sound like a Marvel fanboy, because I'm really not. I enjoy Marvel movies the same way I enjoy Star Wars movies. Yeah, they're cool. They're fun to watch, but I'm not like one of those, like, I guess, connoisseurs, right, of that series. But come on, give it up for No Way Home. The director, the producers, the production, everything else that went into that movie. I don't see how that came away with nothing, like, at all.
No, I wasn't nominated for anything except special effects, I think.
But even then, like,
visual effects.
Even then, the visual effects are amazing in that movie.
That's true.
The visual effects are absolutely amazing. And there are so many things that they could have done. But Power of the Dog? Like, even some of the acting in Power of the Dog, I thought was kind of like just, slinky kind of deal. Like, some of it just, like, didn't really seem... Okay, you and I are Kevin Smith fans. Think of when they were shooting Goodwill Hunting 2, and Gus Van Sant is over there counting his money. And you got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Hey, Gus, are we filming soon? I'm busy, Ben. Okay, but are we filming? Ben, I said I'm busy, and he's just counting more money. That's what I feel like happened with that movie, both in directing and screenwriting.
Interesting take.
That's how I look at it. It just didn't. It was a shit film.
Well, you know what my thoughts on it were, that it was one of those movies that was practically perfect in every way, except it's not geared towards audiences.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's whining again. I'm listening to you. I can hear you.
I know that it's a finely crafted movie, right? But like I don't eat seafood, but if somebody put in front of me this beautifully cooked piece of salmon, I'd say I appreciate that it exists, but I don't eat that. That was my take on Power of the Dog. Watched it, wasn't for me, and acknowledged the technical prowess that it took to pull off.
I see. It's just it's so. Oh God. I'm so lost for words in this whole thing because the Oscars were just like the whole thing was a dumpster fire to begin with. But the movie was so it just seems so self-conceited to me. The whole movie just seems like, oh, look at what I can do. It reminds me of Clerks 1. And I love Kevin Smith, but Clerks 1 was just like Kevin Smith showing he has a great vocabulary. That's all I think of when I think of like Clerks 1. It's barely watchable to me.
Well, let's look at the other nominees real quick then.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the nominees for Best Director were, of course, Jane Campion, who won. Kenneth Branagh for Belfast.
Yeah.
Hamaguchi for Drive My Car. Haven't watched it yet. It's on my list. It's one I'm going to get around to. A nominee that's been up there a lot over the years, I imagine, Steven Spielberg. He got a nod for West Side Story.
Who's he? Who's he?
Oh, just this new guy on the scene. He's going to make a name for himself one day.
All right. Well, okay. Well, Steven Spielberg. Let's go ahead and go. Who else?
And finally, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza.
Okay. I actually still have not seen Licorice Pizza yet.
Nor have I. It's been on my, watch list forever. Just, waiting for the right moment for it to be streaming for me.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it comes down to. So Jane Campion took the Oscar for Best Director. Not who I would have picked, especially out of all those. I really enjoyed what Steven Spielberg did with West Side Story. It was one of my favorite watches coming out of 2022. At least as far as, the direction and whatnot goes. The award that I think got just the right amount of play is the Best Supporting Actor Award.
Okay.
And on this show, I've said it a couple of different times that Troy Kotsur from Coda, absolutely should get that award. Said it over and over again, and by gum, he took it, and it was a good moment. Have you seen Coda yet?
Nope.
That's
dude. I've been working on our series. I've been working and like at my job, working on a new script and trying to sleep. My time to go see the movies. I finally watched Scream. What 13? That was shit.
And I haven't seen it.
You're not missing anything.
In fact, I think I'm 2 Scream movies behind now.
You're not missing anything. You should just stop at Scream 2. Honestly, Scream 3. I'm sorry you sat through that one.
What? Hey, look, it's Connie Chung.
Okay, just because Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes make a cameo as Jay and Silent Bob in that movie does not make the movie worth watching.
No, it totally makes the movie worth watching.
It makes that one scene worthy to look up on YouTube. That's all it does.
Without all of the
plus,
movies
come
surrounding
on.
it.
Plus, there is Creed. Is like the soundtrack, like the song for that movie. What if Creed? Here's my one per episode. Fucking Creed. Have you ever heard Creed sing?
Scott Stapp.
Yeah, I it's not a waste because hey, Scott Stapp. The thing is, like, it's Creed. If Bane was a singer, if Bane from The Dark Knight Rises was a singer, it would be Scott Stapp.
I'm like, gonna get the Batman.
I mean, Eddie. You could understand Eddie Vedder. No, you could understand Eddie Vedder easier. You could understand the Swedish Chef better than you could ever understand Scott Stapp when he's like singing. It's like come on. Like, you can't even. I don't even think of making it up.
Acknowledge the audience, Brandon.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Creed freaking rocks. Yes, they do rock. And you know what? He could probably bring the house down with his voice. So does the fat lady. So does like a siren that lead the ships from the ocean onto the rocks and everything else. But difference is sirens had beautiful voices. It's just like if you just like God. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. But so Scream 3 is tainted with a bad script. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Wes Craven directed it. Like, I hate the fact that they even say that about anything Wes Craven related. Kevin Williams just seems to want to do the same thing in each movie, except this one, it's like a long lost brother. Oh, that didn't work out? Let's just make them 2 psychotic killers in the same town again.
Spoilers.
They always knock out the killer. They have every chance to kill the killer by shooting them in the head. Someone always has a gun or some way to kill the killer. Or they can just unmask that killer so they have like 1 down, possibly 1 to go. But they always turn their back, and then somehow they don't hear this killer like leave. Like, plus the killer's always getting punched in the face. You'd think that the son of a bitch would have a black eye when they take the mask off and they meet up with everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry about the whole Creed thing. It's just like the Scream series. It is seriously Scooby-Doo without the dog and rated R, where Shaggy died in Scream 2. That's what Scream is to me.
It's pretty sure it was the first one, right?
No, Randy died in the. No, I'm not talking about the actor who plays Shaggy. I'm comparing the characters. Like, you have.
Right.
Let's say, yeah, you have like Neve Campbell. She's Velma. She never has like a love interest in most of the movies. But then you have Daphne, who I would say is Courtney Cox. You have Dewey, who's Freddy. You'd have Randy, who is Shaggy. Shaggy died in
Freddy?
part 2. Huh?
Okay.
Sorry, this is so far removed from the Oscars. But
yeah, like Zoinks, man.
Yeah, Zoinks, Scooby-Doo.
All right, to get back on track, how about this?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I'm not even. God, let's talk about the Oscars. Fuck.
We can talk about this guy.
And how they completely destroyed his song in the Oscars.
whatever direction you wanna go in, because we could also talk about how once again he's been denied the completion of his EGOT, this time by
That's
Billie Eilish.
the thing. Like, I mean, it's like Lin-Manuel Miranda deserves. That man is now not a Hamilton fan. It's okay. Uh, but for what he did with Encanto,
Hmm.
the fact that, like, like, if I'm not mistaken, he wrote the music, right?
Yeah,
Like, okay, so the whole "we don't talk about Bruno" thing, the Oscars had one chance here. And I think you and I actually discussed this earlier this week. They had one chance to get every one of these voice actors, these beautiful actresses, these very, very talented actors that play these characters to come together. They had them all, every
and
one of them, bringing in the song.
yeah,
I can't stand the song because to me it's like the new Frozen "Let It Go." I've heard it so many damn times, but this is the chance that you had to have these actors actually, for the first time ever, perform this song live with
right.
each other, because they didn't record this song anywhere but their own houses. The whole movie, for those of you that do not know, they were not recording their lines in a studio. It was all like recorded during quarantine. They did this in the height of the pandemic from the confines of their own houses. This one night, this joyous celebration would have been the perfect chance to get them all to come together and, if not reenact these scenes, to sing them, give a
Hmm.
good show. But they get to the first line, and then they hand it over to Nicki Minaj, who raps the whole thing out for everybody. Like, almost the entirety of the song, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was rapped by her. And then they just repeated the very first, I guess, stanza or the chorus, whatever. Like, come on, man. And the fact that this guy, when we spoke the other night, Josh, this guy directed 130 some odd, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, award shows. Did you write that down so we could talk about
Yeah, it was
that?
like 111.
111. He directed, well, let's just say 111. I know, I think it might have been higher, but he directed all these award shows, and this is where he decides to hang his career.
And let's not neglect to mention the fact that when it comes to the songs that were nominated, we don't talk about Bruno was not nominated.
I don't care. It is a very, very good song.
It is a very good song. Would it be? Do you think the outcome would have been different if that was the song nominated? Do you think that would be the one that would have won, since it was the one in the pop culture zeitgeist,
I
and has
think,
been dominating the charts?
honestly, the song I think should have been nominated was that song, "Pressure." What was the name of it?
Possibly, I don't look at the listings of musicals.
Whichever song was sung by the older sister that's like got all that brute strength and everything.
Hmm.
Because that's a song I think could actually, like, I really appreciate that song, and I have not heard that song enough to hate it yet. Um, but it's a song that I think is vital to the series, to the movie rather, and it describes what every one of the family members are dealing with,
Yeah,
all that pressure. Like, if there's one song to, yeah, thank you, Kevin. It's surprising it wasn't nominated. Um, that's one thing that I'm surprised was not remotely nominated, though, was the song "Pressure," because it's not often that in these animated movies you have one song that describes everything about every one of the characters in the entire movie. Every character in the movie, aside from like the little like kid, was under this excruciating amount of pressure to be there for the entire village and their family.
hmm,
And they were just a very proud family that didn't discuss this pressure. It was an amazing song for that reason to me. I would have happily nominated that song to be the leading award-winning song for every single thing in that ceremony. Like, my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm not
And Lin,
exactly sure what the requirements are. I'm pretty sure you can nominate more than one song, but for some reason, Disney only wanted this one song nominated, and it just seems really weird.
and that was Disney's mistake. Lin Manuel Miranda deserves for that movie alone. In my mind, deserves so much more credit. I didn't even see it in theaters. I didn't watch until last month. I think I was like, oh, it's not really my kind of movie. Forget it. Won't watch it. Uh, Danielle told me that it was a decent movie. A lot of people told me like I'm missing out. I have to see this movie. I'm like, well, I don't have kids. And Indiana will not watch anything unless it's like Homeward Bound or you know, Lassie or whatever. Like he watches like pet movies. 101 Dalmatians. He'll watch that all the way through. He'll sit down. He'll
Of
watch it.
course, right,
101
right.
Dalmatians. Like whatever. But in Kanto, I'm like, well, I've got no one to watch it with. I'm just going to be sitting here with my thumb on my ass watching this movie. I couldn't sleep after I got off work one night, so I'm like, oh, I'll watch Encanto. And I got sucked in. I'm like, oh, this is actually a really good movie. Like, why does this music sound like it has like a familiar signature on it? And this is before I knew about Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like, I'm like, oh, well, maybe, you know what? Okay. Like, I can kind of see like there's a musical style that he has. Um, it's like all the Tim Burton movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like that like bassy tune in all his movies. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda's like all have like this similar kind of like a beat to it, I guess, best way to put it. Like, it has like a signature to it. I can't believe it didn't win. I think he got cheated hard.
You're not going to find an argument from me. The guy puts in all of the work and then some, because Encanto gets a lot of the celebration, but you know what else? Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah. Like how? Seriously.
I was really, and again,
Like
I don't want to take the conversation here just yet, but
no,
when it
we
comes
need
to
to. We're here. We're here.
the best
Let's
actor,
do it.
the best actor field.
Andrew Garfield deserves an Academy Award over Will Smith.
He was in 3 movies last year, Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
That all got some sort of recognition by the Academy.
But no award whatsoever. Andrew Garfield is the unsung hero right now in my mind of acting. Like he is to me, I think he might very well be on the way to be the next Johnny Depp with being a character actor. Like as he gets older, Johnny Depp, like mind you, Johnny Depp didn't really get into like the full character acting thing like full time until he was like well into his like late 30s, I believe. Because there was Edward Scissorhands when he was younger in his like late 20s. Yeah, and then he kind of like just like played like a few, but he never really did like the whole character acting. He just kind of like whatever. Andrew Garfield loses himself in these roles.
Yeah.
Like, and at first I was like, okay, he's okay, but he's a brilliant actor. So,
and it was in my mind when I saw King Richard, the first thought that came to mind when Will Smith started using that voice was,
he's acting.
Oh, Oscars, got it.
Yeah.
He and I'm not going to say the performance was bad or anything like that, because it was
sucked.
definitely exceptional.
It sucked.
It didn't suck.
Will Smith was so bad in the movie. You know what movie he did great in?
Independence Day?
No. Will Smith is Will Smith in damn near every movie he is in. The one movie I will say that he did amazing in was that movie where they had like he was dealing with like time, love, and death. What was that called? It was after his daughter died.
Men in Black 3.
God, Josh. God damn it. Shit.
What? Okay.
If someone's watching, they can help me out. Like, No, it's not 7 pounds. That was okay too, but it
Pursuit of
wasn't like.
Happiness.
Nope, he was okay in that kind of. Let's see, Will Smith, Time, Love, Death movie. Collateral Beauty. That's what it is. Collateral Beauty.
Never heard of it.
That was actually well. It's about a guy that's healing from the. He's a very successful, very upbeat CEO of a company, and he loses his daughter, and she dies. It's like young daughter. She's like not even like 10 years old. She passes away. So the whole company starts going into like this downward spiral, and it's all because of his mindset. So he's visited by these. Think of like a Christmas Carol. Yeah. He's visited by three ghosts, played by, let's see, Keira Knightley, some old lady, I forget her name. She's very, very talented, though. I know that she's in a lot of stuff. That's it. Yes. And, like, oh, God, what the hell is it? What is his name? Here we go. You have Jacob Lattimore, Keira Knightley, and Helen Mirren. They're playing these characters who, through a community theater, come to convince him that they are these specific entities. And then it turns out that they are, in fact, these specific entities. Will Smith's acting in that movie was, I would compare it to Adam Sandler. Will Smith is great and everybody hates Chris. God, man, we're not there yet. Will Smith is great in this movie because really? Are you kidding? Please tell me you're joking.
I thought it was something completely different for a second. Then
Josh,
yeah,
buddy.
So anyway,
I love you, man, but my God. So either way, so this movie, like, I will compare his acting in this to almost close to Adam Sandler in Reign Over Me.
Okay.
And Adam Sandler is obviously another person I feel has been cheated out of an award numerous times. Dare I say that? The Academy doesn't recognize true acting to me. It recognizes like handshakes and hugs and whatever else. Denzel Washington, sure, he's actually a very, very talented actor. He's kind of a dick, but he's a talented actor.
Mm-hmm.
But just like everything else, like Will Smith, he's had his time to shine. Like, yeah, he was great in Ali. He was great in a few other things. He was great in Collateral Beauty. King Richard, yeah, he was.
It just seemed like one of those.
He was in the movie
awards that was more of a culmination of, recognition rather than for a specific performance.
Exactly. And Andrew Garfield was in, like, he was great in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Because you saw him as like No Way Home. Yes. I'm sorry, No Way Home. I'm sorry, I was watching Homecoming today. He was great in No Way Home. And it's not just because he was in a superhero movie, it's because in that movie we had this character that had lost everything he loved, outside of maybe Aunt May. That's not really that's not like a certain thing there. But when you see him describe like the death of Gwen Stacy and how it turned him into a rageful person, and he stopped pulling his punches. There's a lot of darkness behind that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he saves MJ from the fall, all that stuff. When he's watching MJ like involve herself with Peter Parker.
Okay, stop it.
What?
Even thinking about that scene, I get a room filled with dust. It hits.
All right, but either way, it's like I did too. I connected with that because, not to add to any kind of sadness. Today is the 20-year anniversary of the day I started dating the fiance of mine that passed away in 2005. Of April Fools, go figure. But the thing is you add to that though, you see his acting in something like Tick Tick Boom. Holy shit! And that's also Lin-Manuel Miranda, right?
Yeah, he directed that.
Like the whole scene where he turns this hysterical little, like just coy, like performance of a song about the people that come to his diner, and he turns it into something that's beyond exceptional. You have two incredibly talented people, both actors by trade, one of which is an actor director and composer. Like, when are you going to start recognizing these people? Don't go for the popular choice. Will Smith is okay. He's mediocre at best compared to these other people. I'm not saying he's not a good actor. I'm saying he's just, Will Smith. So
for me, the order of winning would have went Andrew Garfield, not
yes,
only for Tick Tick Boom as Jonathan Larson, but also to have some sort of recognition for Spider-Man: No Way Home, but also in a compliment to the winner of Best Actress, Jessica Chastain. In the eyes of Tammy Faye, his Jim Baker, and this was all within 1 year, the same year. All of this is released. And by the way, yes, when it came to the eyes of Tammy Faye, it also won Best Makeup, and I believe my knee-jerk response was, wow, I believe that's the first time Best Makeup was ever associated with Tammy Faye.
yes.
Boom. Mic drop.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many other, like, okay, for those of you who have not seen this thing that I posted, I spent some time earlier this week making a Star Wars style, title crawl that I'm actually very proud of. Very proud of. And I try to find the dumbest music to go with this crawl that was in line with the opening Star Wars dun, 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 music. I found one because I think the Oscars are such a mindless, pointless ceremony to me. God. And as I mentioned in this, it was a night of mediocrity where the deserving went home empty-handed and the undeserving gained all the awards.
Hold on. Before you go on, how about we just do this?
You want to show it?
I'll just show it.
Okay, here it is. This is what I made earlier this week. Let me know. I am way too proud of myself with this.
You've seen the things I do.
Yes, that we need to talk about too.
So speaking of upbeat dance numbers, how about that In Memoriam?
Oh my God, dude, really? It's like, are you sad that they passed away? Are you celebrating their fucking deaths? Oh, there's my 2 per episode. You know what? Fuck it up. There's shit. You know what? We're too far gone now. This is my free. This is my free month episode now, so fuck it. I gotta be my beautiful butterfly self. It was so stupid. Like, are you celebrating their deaths, or are you honestly just like trying to mourn them and like make it a more cheerful thing? They died. They all died, right? It's not a cheerful thing. They should be missed. Make an in memoriam. Memoriam of them. But seriously, you don't have to just do a whole dance. Like Bill Murray, for Christ's sake, did this whole in memorial of Ivan Reitman, an old friend of his, someone that helped him become who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
A lifelong, career-wise, supporter of Bill Murray's.
I enjoy your
Can you
movies,
imagine?
Ivan.
Yeah, can you imagine this? You have all these people dancing in the background, and your friend's name is read during his death. There's some twirls and everything else, and upbeat music, and you're trying to say, oh, and Ivan Wright, man, I'm a fan of yours, man. I'm gonna miss you. I wish I could be I wish it could be more solemn and serious, but the Oscars. My God. But we're 40 minutes in. Can we discuss the elephant in the room with this? Because this leads into a tweet made by none other than Will Smith.
Okay.
Where he had Brandon's work the censored list. Okay. Oh yeah, no, Kevin, look it up, buddy. It is bad. Sorry, it is really bad. But Will Smith broke out with a tweet over this, saying it is what it is, but hopefully it's not as remembered as the inappropriate memoriam that the Oscars are putting on. That's the first I heard about it, so I had to look it up. But so we go back to the whole Will Smith thing, because we this is the elephant in the room, the whole show, and it has been the point of controversy. A large array of memes this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, their whole relationship has been a shit show. Yeah, for a long time. It's been under public scrutiny. It's been largely in public eye.
Yeah.
And there's no secret. Will Smith, Chris Rock, and Jada. Well, Will Smith and Chris Rock have been friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Which you would think that means that maybe Will Smith would know when a friend of his is making an innocent joke, just a little jab at somebody. He even says Jada, I love you. Looking forward to G.I. Jane 2. And you even see in the audience Will Smith is cracking up at first. Immediately, just the switch over to Will Smith. Chris Rock makes a joke. Will Smith's face, he's laughing hysterically. Will Smith's walking up there and right in the face. No, you're.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, dog. You're not in trouble. You're okay. You act like I beat you, man. So all this goes down. Will Smith is evidently during the commercial break asked to leave the room, leave the ceremony. He refuses, and the director of the Oscars decides, no, let him stay. It's okay, whatever. Chris Rock is left up there bewildered by all this whole thing. What just happened? Everyone's saying oh, well, Chris Rock knew all about this whole thing with her medical condition and stuff like that. Well, maybe he did, maybe he did not. Let's not pretend that Jada Pinkett Smith has not shaved her head in the past multiple times. I mean, just it is what it is. But even if he knew, there was a gentleman on the one of the red carpets for Men in Black 3 years ago that he had this shtick where he would do certain things to mess with celebrities. He tried to kiss Will Smith on the mouth. Will Smith met him with a hole on his face, just gentle backhand. Even on a morning show, he had a shtick and he got stuck. If I'm quoting that right. Chris Rock, a longtime friend of both of theirs, evidently, gets slapped hard. Just bam, so damn hard. Knocked the comedy right out of his mouth. And then he had to still present this award. all this goes down. And Will Smith then is allowed to stay to collect his award. And people keep saying, it's like, well, he's defending his wife. No, he's not defending his wife's honor. Like, if he was defending his wife's honor, I agree with multiple people. He would go, like, he would have defended his own honor when the whole August thing happened last year, the year before, that Red Table Talk. They have a really messed up relationship. It's horrible. I'm not, like, to each his own, of course, but holy shit. You can defend your wife's honor after the show. Because in this other footage that was, like, released by oh god, who's the actor's name? It was Michael Rooker. What?
Oh, I thought we were just naming Michaels.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, but it's like, it was revealed that after he smacked Chris Rock, he walked down. Chris Rock said, like, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me, and you see Jada cracking the hell up from behind. Like, really? Then Will Smith carries on, and she straightens up, and she's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, you have the biggest cunt of a wife in cinema history that treats you like garbage and is willing to risk your career. All this stuff. And when he accepted his award, he's a vessel for love, all this happy horse shit again. He's here to perform God's calling on him to be a vessel of love. Like, well, then maybe you should have just, like, waited. If you love your friends, you don't go slap the shit out of them on national television and embarrass them for years to come. Because this is going to be around for a while. This is a stigma that's going to follow Chris Rock everywhere. And Will Smith, too. And Jada. But you know who I feel the most sorry for is Lupita. My dear, sweet Lupita. I feel so bad for her. Because she was stuck right there. Huh?
Acknowledge the audience, Brandon.
Huh?
Acknowledge the audience, Brandon.
I'm trying to. Like, I've got a delay on my laptop versus the... Okay. Next, WADcast top 10 cunts in cinema history. Oh, I can go there. Trust me. Sorry, Kevin. I'm using my phone here, and I'm looking at my laptop here. So whatever you write, that Josh immediately puts down in this little section here. What I see is down here. There we go. In this section. So I'm looking at this, like, yeah. Sorry, buddy. But yes, that can actually be you know what? We have our TikTok back up and running. I don't know if we'll get banned if I say the top 10 cunts in Hollywood. Or if we'll get sued. Can you get sued for name calling?
Yes.
Really?
It's America, man. You can get sued for anything.
God damn it. Well, I guess my dog's name is Indiana Jones, and he's owned by Disney now, so shit, I'm screwed.
Speaking of being sued for anything, let's get into how I feel about this whole fiasco.
Please.
All right. First of all, I want to say I'm not in any position to care about someone else's relationships or marriage.
Well, yeah, of course.
I have no opinions on the marriage of Will and Jada, and I personally really don't care that Chris Rock got smacked in the mouth.
I do. It's assault. Yes, top 10 alleged cunts. Amber Heard, you're on the list.
There you go. How Jad met a legend.
How dare you? How dare you treat Johnny Depp that way? Either way, sorry. Yeah, allegedly, but still very much a cunt. But allegedly an abusive cunt. Still a cunt, nonetheless. But go ahead, please.
I mean, we're an actual licensed business. We do have to.
I've worked on set with Amber Heard. She's a cunt. Trust me. Go ahead, please. I can back it up.
Yeah, I think personally, this whole thing is just being way overblown.
Oh yeah.
It was a smack in the mouth. It wasn't even a punch in the face.
Oh,
Nobody
dude,
got shot.
no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that kind of a slap, though. A punch in the face is something you do for a friend of yours if they get out of line. You punch them in the face. A slap, an open palm slap, that is you are my bitch kind of deal. Like that is such a disrespectful thing to do to a person. I don't know a single man that would rather be slapped in the face as hard as Chris Rock was versus someone that would want to be punched in the face by a friend of theirs if they just speak out of line. A punch, bam, we're good. Knock it off. Will Smith smacked the shit. He humiliated Chris Rock and then sat down and just continued. After already laughing at the joke, he starts with the whole "keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." Yeah, we already went way past the F-bomb thing. And plus, I'm also almost out of Jack and Coke. So the whole "keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." He said that twice to Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is like oblivious. He's like, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Obviously, it's just like, he wasn't thinking about her like medical condition. If they've been friends for as many years as they've been friends, I don't think that he would verbally attack Jada Pinkett or Jada the Hutt, rather, and Boba Smith to go start this whole controversy. What happened was unacceptable. There's no other ways to put it. Will is a bitch of a man, in my eyes, for doing that. Chris Rock took it like a champ because even days later, he never made it a public statement until he was on his comedy show. And even then, he kept it pretty respectful, relatively. Like that open palm slap, that was nothing more than an act of dominance in most places I know. Josh, when I made fun of Back to the Future so hard that you were pissed at me, remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have rather you punch me in the face than slap me in the face.
I would have done both.
Well, I would have gotten a punch in. I would have allowed a punch. But
one across, but it wouldn't have been an open face or an open palm to the face. It would have been on the return of the punch with the backhand. So like a ka, and not just a ka,
That's
there has to be some
great.
sort of some form, some elegance to it.
Yeah, we need elegance like really badly, like just lots of elegance. Oh, sorry, you were saying? Joking. I love you, dude. I believe I sent you a really cute Yoda meme.
No.
You bitch. You don't. No. You don't get out this easy. No, I sent you this adorable meme that I made as my way of apology. No, I'm looking it up right now. No.
I'm looking it up too.
I am too. So
I am too. Great content.
You know what? Fuck you, man.
How did you send it to me?
I am great through Facebook Messenger. I'm looking this up right now, dude. I am great at apologizing to people that I care about and that people I love.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something recent.
No, we're talking about Back to the Future, man.
That was like 10 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
You son of a bitch.
You're saying it wrong. It's you son of a bitch.
No. How about this? You some bitch. Go southern on your ass. You some bitch.
I see the Duval coming out in you.
It's my hometown, man. Like I live in LA, but I'm from Florida, so. Sometime last year too. So you go ahead, talk. I'm going to find this. I'm going to send this to you again.
Now I remember it now since it's put in the context of when it was
Hurt
said.
your feelings, I meant not. Love you, I do, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. You just like to dump on things people love.
No, I don't. I was just like I was.
Oh no,
I thought
no,
we.
you
I thought we
do.
understood. I
You
thought we understood it
do.
was in good fun, and I do feel that way about Back to the Future, though. Like I really do, because I took notes to actually talk about on the show, and then when I realized you were getting mad, I threw them away because I care about you. And then I try to make it up by making us into like those pop figures.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally worked too. Um,
I also order you something you should be getting soon, hopefully.
what's her name?
Huh?
I said, what's her name? I hear Russian brides are going for cheap these days.
Yeah, it's Fleshlight.
Oh, you're
It's a
funny.
it's a Doc Brown Fleshlight. That way, you can go back in time with Doc and leave a bad taste in his mouth while you're doing it, just like Marty did.
Uh, what has happened to this show?
Well, it's been getting pretty serious, so we got to keep it lighthearted a little bit here and like have a few laughs. But like, no, it's like the whole thing is that I would always prefer you to punch me in the face, buddy. What
Can
happened
do.
at that show was absolutely uncalled for, and it was nothing more than Will Smith peacocking for fucking Jada Pinkett. That's all it was.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
any
all
problem
it
believing
was.
that.
Because it's like at first,
None
like the
of,
whole
none of it.
Jada Pinkett was like, "Are you gonna let him talk to me like that about this? It's a medical condition. Go get him." Will Smith's like, "Well, this is just okay. Okay, guess up there. Well, hey, what's up, man? Wham!" Like she's like, "That's right. Tupac would have shot him though." Just
Comments?
saying. Let's see. Model after Christopher Lloyd's asshole. Well, no, like, well, I don't think anyone knows what that looks like, but are you talking about like 1985 asshole or 2022
Anyway,
asshole? Well, I'm sorry. It's a fascinating question.
it's not a question.
Well, as a modeled after is like it's well, which one? Are we talking about like the 1970s Taxi, show that he was in when he was younger and more taut back there? Continence is a thing with older people. It's like diapers and okay, I'm done.
So what
I'll
I'm going
stop.
to say is this:
Does he
when
have
it comes
hemorrhoids
to
now?
the whole ordeal with the smack heard round the world or whatever the hell they want to call it, I look at it like this: the biggest egregious
Different
moment.
models. I'm sorry. He said it and you posted it. Go ahead.
The most egregious thing I think was actually during Will's acceptance speech of what. Well, we already talked about the egregiousness of Will Smith when he forgave
Oh, I
Richard,
know.
but
I
the
know.
fact that during his speech, he
And
started saying, I guess I was channeling da da da, and just
didn't
da, da, da.
Richard condemn his actions?
I don't know. The only thing that I know that has happened thus far is Will Smith has resigned from the Academy.
Good. Good riddance. Let's see. Richard Williams condemns.
So yeah, using the movie role and saying making light of what he did moments before, it just seemed distasteful.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So I'm sorry to cut you off, Josh. The very first thing that Will Smith said about Richard Williams was that he was a fierce defender of his family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Richard Williams spoke with NBC 4 or 5 days ago. We don't know all the details of what happened, but we do not condone anyone hitting anyone unless it's in self-defense. Let's be real. Will Smith has some psychological shit going on. He's got some stress. He's got some emotional shit going on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He took it out. And he took it out on Chris Rock at the most opportune moment and used that as an excuse. He wasn't crying after he smacked Chris Rock. He wasn't crying at all. He was cracking up for a good, like 10, 15 minutes before he got the award. Then when he goes up there, tears come down because, he's an actor now. Tears come down. I'm not crying because I got the award. I'll cry because I channeled Richard Williams. Like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm trying to be what God called me. Like, if you were that brokenhearted over it, you would have been in tears instantaneously. I have siblings. I have brothers. I've got into a huge fist fight with my older brother. I love him to death. He's a dick now, but I still love him to death. I punched him in the face one time. I was in tears immediately afterwards because I hurt him really badly.
Mm-hmm.
If you honestly love someone and respect someone, you don't want to hurt them. And if you do hurt them and it's through a toxic-ass cunt like Jada Pinkett, you're going to recognize that it's most likely not you thinking, it's you trying to impress somebody else who wants you to be something that you're not really at heart. So that whole speech was bullshit. Richard Williams even called him out. It's like, we don't condone that shit. Like, fierce defender of my family. Like, I'm not going to hit somebody over saying shit about my daughters. Like,
I would. Without hesitation.
Be like,
it really does depend on what it is.
Yes, but if it's a friend of yours making a joke at your daughter's expense, and you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt to think, like, maybe they don't know about the full circumstances of these situations. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should enlighten them of this.
Well, like I said, it's circumstances based.
And you and I will have this conversation after the show. Obviously, I don't want to put your kids or your familial business out there at all, because I respect you and I love you. I love your kids. But it's like one of those things like where if someone makes a blatant attack about anything regard to your kids' personal lives, knowing full well what their lives are, they do it in a very public spectrum, by all means, knock the shit out of that person. Make them remember that they ever even made that joke. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But when it's just like a broad joke about something
right
that you don't have proof that they knew about a situation, you can't just go punch them in the face or smack them in the face and be like, oh, well,
no.
It's not a way to conduct yourself not just as a father, but as a man, because you're still setting an example for other people at that point. If you're in the public eye, you are an example. You're an idol for other people.
I will say that one, this conversation has inspired what I think will be our next T-shirt, our next design, which will be something along the lines of context is everything. That's been one of the main themes of the WADcast when it comes to how you talk about or how you listen to conversations or watch movies and things like that. Context is everything.
And a lot of my humor, right?
Yeah. If you don't understand where Brandon's humor comes from, there's a good chance you will not appreciate it. And
yes.
Brandon's fully accepting of that and lives with that around his neck every day.
And both you, it's not really a neck. You and Danielle both mentioned that you would both be terrified to see what would ever happen if anyone ever tried to challenge me in what I say. Well, no, Danielle says she'd be terrified. If you and I make it like big names of ourselves, if someone were to come after me on any way whatsoever, she would be terrified to even think about what my response would be.
I'm not terrified of what
And
might be.
your
I'm
response, what?
terrified of the double down.
No, what? And that's it. Like, and what you said was like, you said this a while ago. Is like, with my humor and my
Mm-hmm.
complete lack of any care nor concern given.
Right?
Like, I think you said scorched earth or something like that. Like, well, if you thought that was bad, now that I'm out here, you guys might want to sit down and buckle up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It becomes a matter of, oh, you're okay. Well, just so you don't have to dig any further, we're going to go ahead and destroy everything ourselves.
I'd be like Johnny Knoxville in The Ringer. Go for gold. Oh God.
You made this tweet in 2011 that said, "Oh yeah, well then you missed the one in 2008."
How about this? Like, you missed this new one. You don't have a new one. I do now. It's your name's on it. Either way. But no, it's like it's such so many people, and there's even a guy that I forget his name. He's a Southern Asian that did this beautiful documentary with three of the people. And Chris Rock says something like, this next episode, this is what he was presenting, I believe, four white guys. This guy bashed him. And I get why he bashed. I get why he was upset. I do. I understand it. Asian Americans or even Asians in general don't really get the recognition that they contribute, that they deserve, right?
Right.
And this is the first one where it's like not a whole bunch of white guys getting this done.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was lumped in with everyone else, and he referred to Chris Rock as a dick. Sir, understand what just happened. Whether it's like a scattered brain moment or just him trying to keep up the comedy, the level of comedy. He is a comedian. Keep it lighthearted, because what just happened outside of oh Christ, that Native American girl back in like the 1970s that John Wayne tried to attack.
Yeah.
And he was subdued. What was her name?
I don't know.
Little Feather or something like that. I forget. But either way, like it's the first time in decades that someone rushed the stage to attack a person on stage at the Oscars. The first time it was stopped. It was John Wayne, because he was an evil piece of shit. Second time was Will Smith, because he's just like this big, powerful actor in Hollywood, because he's that important. Because he's an actor, kind of. Just plays Will Smith in every movie he's in, unless it's like a serious movie where there's a real director involved, not David Ayer or, Chris Columbus or one of them. As Jim Carrey said, it is sickening. And I think Jim Carrey had the most powerful response to that whole situation.
What, retiring?
No. His response to that exact situation, though, when he said it was sickening to him. Like that you can actually get attacked over a joke. Like, I hate that term woke. I can't stand it. But you know what? This kind of gives credence to it. If you cannot take a joke, God forbid Don Rickles was up there making a joke, and other people have made jokes about Will Smith's wife numerous times, and Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, her mouth is a joke, for Christ's sake. Like, her mouth had more attendance in it than the Oscars did so far. So I mean, you can't really defend your wife's honor if she's not really defending the marriage. Her post that she posted the next day, unsurprisingly, had the word "I" in it, not "we." I. Jada Pinkett is a horrible cunt. I've looked at her that way for years. I used to love her. I used to be a huge fan of hers. I loved Set It Off. How she was in The Nutty Professor, how she was in that movie. She's been in a lot of movies. The Matrix, this trilogy. She was amazing in The Matrix 2 and 3. She was awesome. She's a badass, man. Sexy as hell. Total badass. I don't know what happened with her, but she just, you know, she is who she is now. Like, it's a it's a big stain on an already pointless ceremony. And this year, the ceremony, it was like the most exciting part of a very boring ceremony, I guess, or like a very, I don't know, the most exciting or the most confusing part of an already confusing ceremony. Well, I don't know. Pick one.
Why not both?
Well, let's go with both. So, yeah, buddy. But yeah, that's where I stand with that.
And Coda won Best Picture.
Huh?
And Coda won Best
Picture. Oh, Christ. Yep.
That should wrap up the Oscars.
So, what are you doing next week when I'm not here?
I don't know. Have no idea.
Because I'm gone, today's days. I'm out.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon's not going to be here next week. So
no, I will be in another country on a cruise. So, yeah.
Will there be an episode 85 without Brandon?
Yep, there will be.
Josh be flying solo or try to bring in another special guest to fill that slot?
I have a better question for some people I mentioned earlier. Movie potluck ladies. Yeah. I listened in last night. I was there for the whole show. I thought the show was great. I enjoyed it. Until I heard the conversation about villainous people and their cats. Or pets, rather. Pets. And I mentioned John Arbuckle and Garfield. To no response. And then I said, hello all, by the way. And no response. I respond to all these people here.
Context.
Huh?
This is what you're talking about.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's the one. Yep. I try to communicate. I try to, be part of a show that I'm a co-owner of. Boss. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Boss, right there. That guy. Sorry, I'm like, look. Oh yeah, Josh is like this high. When the boss says hi, you damn well say hi. It was a great show, though. It really was a good show. I'm only joking, but
For those of you unaware, you can always catch the movie Potluck every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
It was very entertaining. It really was. I had a great time listening to it. I was cracking up a few times. I'm only joking about to say hi to the boss. You're not getting paid. So I guess technically me and Josh are like the Nike owners, right? And your guys are the ones making the sneakers. But like for free.
Because we can't afford the 15 cents an hour.
Thank you for all your hard work. Eventually, you too can make 15 cents an hour.
Yeah. I just got a reminder that I was doing my preferred order for Best Actor winners.
Yeah.
And first was Andrew Garfield, and then I was going to go Javier Bardem for being the Ricardos. His performance as Desi Arnaz. So, I haven't seen The Tragedy of Macbeth, so I can't really say anything about Denzel's performance.
Yep.
But yeah, Will was probably number 3 in line for me.
Yeah.
Because Benedict Cumberbatch was number 4.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
So that thank you for reminding me that I was talking about that. And just so we are not, leaving anybody out, Ariana DeBose won for Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story.
Yeah.
So it was good. West Side Story was a good take on that musical.
It really
Encanto
was.
did win Best Animated Feature Film, beating out The Mitchells versus the Machines.
That's bullshit. Now, I'm sorry. I know we just spoke about Lin-Manuel Miranda, but the Mitchells deserved to get some placing right there.
Yeah. I'm just glad it was nominated, to be honest, because it was completely ignored at the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And let's see. Drive
Don't
My
judge me.
Car won for Best International Feature Film.
Mhm.
Summer of Soul won Best Documentary Feature.
Sucked.
The
I saw
Queen
that
of
one.
Basketball, Best One Documentary Short Subject.
Yeah.
Best Live Action Short Film, The Long Goodbye. People say, why should I make a short film? Well, you could win an Oscar.
And here's the messed up thing. People think that there's no future for short films. Guys, there's an Oscar nomination category for short films. Mm-hmm. Shit. You could be a nobody Academy Award winner. Invited to the Academy Awards over your short film. There's no future. Don't do it. Like, no, don't do it. Like, God, you dumbasses. Lights out. Again, we spoke to. Huh?
So what's the worst that could happen if you make
rejection? Guess what? It's Hollywood. Rejections every day.
Life is rejection every day.
Not for me. Watch this. Indiana, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go on. There we go. There we go. No, come here. Woo. Hi. Got him. No rejection. He came here of his own. He came here of his own accord. Just straighten out that camera that got knocked out of whack somehow. There we go. A little bit lower, right there. Got it. Hi. Who's here? Oh, that's right. See, Indiana Jones is here.
If that's how your dates usually go, I think we're gonna have a talk about what consent means.
No, I sent Danielle home. She tried to get some on her first date. I sent her packing. Didn't I, buddy? I was like, be gone. Okay, go on. No, right. She tried. She tried so hard to get a piece of ass. I'm like, I'm not a hussy. Go.
All right. So, best costume design went to Cruella. I think that was actually pretty.
That's actually deserving. Yes.
And the honorary Academy Awards went to Liv Ullmann, Elaine May, and Samuel L. Jackson.
All right, I'll be right back. Carry us through this. I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you know what they say. You don't something or other, you something. All right, by the numbers, ladies and gentlemen, Power of the Dog wound up with 12 nominations and 1 win, I want to say. Dune wound up with 10 nominations and probably like 8 wins. I'm not going to count this up. 7 nominations apiece for Belfast and West Side Story. Both got 1 win. King Richard got the 6 nominations and the Best Actor nod. 4 nominations apiece for Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Nightmare Alley. Drive My Car winning for Best International Film, being the Ricardos, Coda, Encanto, Flea, Licorice Pizza, Lost Daughter, No Time to Die, The Tragedy of Macbeth. All with 3 nominations. Coda took home 2 of those. I think being the Ricardos was completely shut out. Encanto, Best Animated Feature. Nothing for Flea, nothing for Licorice Pizza, nothing for The Lost Daughter. No Time to Die got Best Original Song. The Tragedy of Macbeth was tragically shut out. 2 award nominations for Cruella, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Parallel Mothers, Tick Tick Boom, and The Worst Person in the World. Cruella taking home Best Costume, Eyes of Tammy Faye, for Best Makeup and Best Actress. So it went 2 for 2 in the categories it was nominated in. Tick Tick Boom. Ooh, I wish it would have gotten something. And as far as most awards, Dune won 6, all technical. Coda won 3, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Adapted Screenplay. I guess I missed that one. So yeah, Coda also took 3 for 3, and then The Eyes of Tammy Faye went 2 for 2. So I was just explaining that Dune took home 6 out of 10 awards that it was nominated for, all technical. Coda took home 3 awards for the 3 it was nominated in, and The Eyes of Tammy Faye went 2 for 2, making both of those pretty good percentages at 100. They knew what to nominate for, what to send up for nomination. And because it's that time, though, I'm going to ask you, Brandon, where can everybody find you on the social media?
Oh, we're leaving?
Yeah, we're 80 minutes into this.
We were 2 hours last time.
Yeah, we had a great guest in Matt
So
McCarthy,
I'm not a great guest or a great co-host?
You're definitely a terrible guest.
Wow.
But you're also not plugging a show on CBS, so...
You bastard. You spend all your time watching TV. You never spend time with me. We never cuddle. Hold hands. Fine. Fine. Catch me on Instagram at Academy Award. B Jacksman 1982 rather. So B Jacksman, same as last time, 1982. You can catch me on Twitter, although I have like 1 or 2 posts my name total for the last like 3 years. You can't ground me. I don't remember how I spell it. I really don't. It's either the whole word U or just the letter U to save space. But you can also follow us on Instagram for the WADcast page. Just Instagram.com/the WADcast. You'll notice that page as well as our Facebook page under Facebook.com/the WADcast, because we'll have this cute little circle with like a white banner in the middle that has the word WADcast written in it. You can't miss it. So give us a like, give us a follow, whatever you want to do. We follow back most times. I just don't follow bots back. But yeah, so you can keep up with our shows and episodes that way. You can also check us out on the WADcast.com. We do have a possible newcomer with writing articles. Articles will be getting posted again soon. And I've got a few goodies coming towards the page as well. So that's about it. Josh, what about you? Josh?
Fine. I'll do it with the mic on.
I was going to do the whole just like hello.
So I know everything should be at watcomedia.com, but it's not. That looks like Brandon left. Right now, you can go to semicorestudios.com to find all of the links. And that's to the Patreon, to the merchandise. All of it you can find at semicorestudios.com. I will have watcomedia.com running eventually, but it's not right now. In the meantime, if you want to reach me on Twitter, it's at skitcomic, SKITCOMIC. Yeah, it's right there at the bottom of the screen there for those of you that like to watch live every Friday night right here at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's the WADcast. That's right. We are here live every Friday night. I don't know what next week's episode is going to be or if there's going to be an episode next week. But if you want to find out more about it, to go to the Facebook page, give it a like, and I will make sure everybody stays updated on what is new. You know what? Oh, look at who's back, crawling, begging for more.
I know. I was going to tap my camera lens on my phone, and I hit the home button on my web browser, which sent me to Google. So yeah, hi.
Okay, let's.
Welcome to the WADcast, everybody. I am here with my co-host Josh. We are discussing the Oscars tonight. Josh, so where do we kick this episode off at, man?
Right here. So that's where we kick the episode. Okay, if you're not listening live, then you don't know what
you mother. Okay. Put me on.
Okay,
there we go. Okay,
feel better now. I just want to take a minute to
just flexing your power here, huh?
To mention that we both watched the new CBS sitcom How We Roll.
We did. Yes.
What I tweeted about it was that I really enjoyed the cast, and it was a an uplifting story, and I think that's kind of something we need right now. But I couldn't help but notice some I don't know, some streams crossing when it comes to the messaging of follow your dreams. If only there was a podcast that had that same message. Yeah, too bad there's not. Anyway,
yep.
I thoroughly enjoyed How We Rolled. It has a veteran cast.
Matt, you, Pete, everyone else, you guys did great. Cheers, buddy. You guys did an awesome job. I actually really did enjoy it quite a bit. And I hate sitcoms, so that was actually I enjoyed it.
Yeah, to make that guy smile at a sitcom, it means you know what? I'm not going to make any kind of.
You made it.
That means you did good there.
All that matters.
You
get canceled. If you get canceled, it's not my fault. I watched it. I supported it. I actually watched it 3 times to study it. So yeah. Either way, go ahead. Sorry.
So make sure if you want to give your opinion on that, just go ahead and give it. Yeah. Anyway, Brandon, do you have anything else to say before we head out of here?
I'm good. Give the final thought about following your dreams and everything else that we always do every week. Be right here.
Okay.
Mute.
Here we go. Well, it's that time of the show again, where it's that time of the show again where I remind all of you that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is you. If that dream is to write a screenplay, write it. You don't need permission to be creative. You don't need permission to create. You don't need anybody's permission to follow your dreams. Unless, for some reason, you specifically need someone's permission to do something, like show up on set somewhere. You kind of got permission for that. It's not the 90s anymore. You can't just get away with everything. Anyway, take that first step. Write that script. Shoot that short film. Become a pro bowler. Because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So you got to get started today. All right, everybody. This has been the WADcast number 84. Coming back maybe next week with episode number 85. I'm Josh. That's Brandon over there. I hope you have a great week, but I'm not going to force you to. I'm not bossy like that. So until next time, thank you for listening to the WADcast, and we will catch you later.